Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I have you on my car tripod right now, which I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly how to get it to sit even. It's kind of got you guys at a bit of an angle right now, but I'm trying to figure it out still. It is Friday and I am on my way to the thrift store. I wasn't able to go to a lot of thrift stores last week because my little sister got married. If you'd like to see some pictures from the wedding, I posted them on my Thrifted Living YouTube Instagram page, and I also posted them on my Thrifted Living Facebook page. So feel free to go there and check them out. It was an absolutely beautiful ceremony, beautiful wedding. Everything was just amazing, and we had a lot of fun. So definitely a good reason to not do a lot of thrifting. So I'm on my way to the thrift store now. I called my mom and she said she would actually meet me there. So I'm pretty excited to see her. She did a lot of work for the wedding. So like a lot of the decorations, like all of the decorations and everything, and like the flowers and everything, she did a lot of work. So she definitely needed a few days off for that. So she's been kind of just relaxing a little bit because she was so busy with the wedding. So I haven't seen her much. I think I saw her maybe once this week, but now I'm gonna head over and see her at the thrift store. And I hope I brought my camera. Yeah, I brought my camera, like my actual camera. I've been filming a lot on my phone, which has been really helpful, but I also brought my tripod today because I feel like I'm always going in between like using my hands to show you guys like something, but then trying to hold the phone, and it just doesn't look the best. So yeah, I'm trying to work on that. So I wanted to show you guys this really quick. Straight ahead, right over there, that is going to be a Starbucks. We're so excited about getting a Starbucks here. Wanted to show you guys the Starbucks. I don't know when it's opening, but I'm pretty excited about it because I like Starbucks. I used to work at Starbucks, actually. I worked at 2 different locations. It's funny because both of the Starbucks locations that I worked at were franchises. So, well, I don't know if that's the right word for it. They were like, the first Starbucks that I worked at was in a travel plaza, and then the second one was at a Target store. So they weren't like independent Starbucks stores, which are definitely different. I don't think, at least from my memory at the time, and this was like back in like 2009, 2010, you didn't have the same benefits that other, like that full Starbucks employees could. You were a Target employee before the Starbucks employee, if that makes sense. I'm on my way to the thrift store. I'm also going to go to the Dollar Tree, a couple different Dollar Tree locations. I am gearing up to start sharing some Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. I have a bunch of stuff that I have planned to do for the holiday season to share with you guys. And one thing I really need to do is clean out the craft room. You guys know, it just becomes like the place where I drop everything off, and it just gets so messy. So I need to get that cleaned out and organized before I can really do anything. My niece came over before the wedding. We all got ready at my house for the wedding, and she wanted to see the craft room, and I showed it to her, and I was like, it's a mess, you know, it's really messy. And she was like, how are you going to do any crafting in here if you can't even sit down? And I was like, I know, tell me about it. So I need to clean that out and get that ready to go. But I'm excited to do some crafting. I want to share a lot of holiday videos with you guys because I used to really get into the holidays and, you know, really decorate for it. And I just haven't in the past several years. I really haven't. I did go through and organize the attic this year. I shared that video with you guys over the summer. I have all of my like holiday decorations organized. I know where they are. It's just a matter of taking them out and using them, you know? I don't know. I'm really bad at that. Like, I like buying them, but then I always forget to put them out. I also, I'm gonna talk with my mom today about different projects that she wants to work on at her house. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that she bought a house a couple years ago, and you know, time has just kind of gotten away from us, and this summer we focused a lot on like outdoor projects at her house versus like the interior stuff. So now that the weather's changing and everything, I think it could be nice to try to tackle some of those inside projects, just to make it like the style of the house her own. And so that's something that I'm going to talk with her about today and just see what kind of projects she wants to work on. You know, is there anything that's like top priority on her list of things to do, or, you know, is it all kind of just like do it as we can? So yeah, so those are sort of the ideas that I have for what I'm going to be working on. And I've also been really busy with school. School's been going really well. I work as an English as a new language teacher. Depending on the student's level, they come with me to my classroom for a certain amount of time, and I work with them in their classroom for a certain amount of time, or they might only need me to work with them in their classroom. So if they are, you know, at certain levels, they come into my room for 36 minutes and then I work with them in their room for 36 minutes. So a total of 72 minutes a day. And then other students who don't need as much support, I work with them for 36 minutes every day within their classroom. So what I've been doing is I follow the ELA curriculum that they use, and I support them through that curriculum. So what we use is a program called CKLA, and it's I really like the program. It's a science and social studies kind of like based program in a way. Like it teaches English language arts, but through science and social studies and history topics. So right now my 3rd graders are working on animal classification, 4th graders are working on the Middle Ages, and 5th graders are working on early American civilizations. So over the years, I've been collecting books that go with those themes and go with those units. For example, these are just 3 units that they're doing right now. They also do like the Reformation and the Renaissance and the American Revolution and like light and sound and all of these different topics. So I've been collecting books on all of those different topics, and what I actually have done is I got some plastic bins, and I am going to create resource libraries to use in their classroom that I trade in and out. So I've already got my first 3 sections of the books all organized. I'm going to give them to the classroom teachers on Monday, and it just says Mrs. Barnes interest library, and it's got books about the Middle Ages, early American civilizations, and animal classification. So I'm going to take that and sort of make it like an additional support that I can give to my students in the classroom and that they can use when I'm not there, because I have several texts, like for example, I have several texts about the Middle Ages, but they are at a variety of reading levels. So like while the 4th grade is learning about the Middle Ages, so the general classroom book that they're working through is a 4th grade level. I have incorporated some different levels of books that focus on the Middle Ages that the students can look at inside of that bin. So it's sort of like, it's all the same topic, but it's just different reading levels and different amounts of pictures and visual supports and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. I have like a small bin that I'm putting each of them in. I would kind of like to try to find, like, over the years I've found several different, like, I don't even know how you describe it. They're like wooden bookshelves, but they are more narrow and you can like display books in them. But I've collected several of those over the years, and I would kind of like to find some of those, at least several of them for the different classrooms I push into. So then I could just leave it in a corner of the room and change the books in and out as, you know, the units change. And so that's kind of like my goal, but for now I'm just going to use these plastic bins just so that the books can get to the kids. And the books are not only for my kids, they're for any kids in the classroom. I'm happy to let any of the kids look through the books and read them. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to get that a little more set up and organized in the room. So yeah, I know that was a little bit of a lengthy description about what I'm working on. All of that to say, I'm heading to the thrift store now. I'm gonna take you guys with me, and hopefully we can find some interesting things. Now I'm at the thrift store, and I found a pair of Coach shoes. I don't really know much about the brand, but I have seen several pairs recently while I've been thrifting. I didn't buy them, but I thought that these were really interesting. Then I found a game. I always love looking at the educational games. I didn't buy this one, but I thought it was cool. And next I saw some furniture. They always have a great selection of furniture at this store, and I love looking at all of the different fun furniture finds and thinking about what I could do with them. And then I started looking at all of the stuff in this part of the store, and I seriously always find the best stuff when I'm at this thrift store. I found this vintage game. I don't know a whole lot about it, but again, I thought it was really cool. I love finding all of the Christmas items, and like I said earlier, I'm really trying to decorate for the holidays this year, so definitely loved seeing all these Christmas items. And then I saw the cutest little mouse Christmas village. I think I actually might have a whole set of this in the attic, and I think I got it at a garage sale, so I might try to display that on something that you'll actually see later in this video. I did share it in a thrift haul with you already, but it's like this candle stand, and I think maybe I could use that little mouse Christmas village and set that up for the holidays, so definitely something I'm thinking about. And then I also found this really cute little purse. I have way too many purses, so I did not buy it, but it was just so cute, and it had so many little compartments, and I definitely love that when I'm looking at some thrifted purses. And I don't know about you guys, but when you see a cart full of stuff at the thrift store, like that stuff that's just going out on the floor, does anybody else get really excited? Because I'm always so interested in whatever they have in these carts. I want to dig through and see what I could find, but I did not this time. This is the item that I was thinking about. Maybe I could set that little mouse Christmas village on. I ended up buying this, but maybe I could set it up and make it like a cute little Christmas scene. I also can never resist these candle holders. I think I just showed that. It's like a candle display, and it has like different levels to it with little glass votives. I can never resist buying those. I actually did though for this one, but I thought it was really pretty. Then I found another section of different like glassware items, and I always look for like cake plates and like pie dishes and things like that because I think they're a really great price at the thrift store. I didn't find any of those on this particular day. What are the items that you guys are always looking for at the thrift store? I know for me it's vintage finds, it's nostalgic finds, it's, you know, organizational solutions, stuff from my classroom, but I want to know what kind of stuff you guys like to thrift for. Here's a better look at that little candle display. It was really pretty, but I didn't buy it. So I love looking for all of those items, but I'm interested to know what kind of stuff you guys like to look for. Then I found this Shark cordless carpet cleaner. I think it's like floor and carpet cleaner. I bought that. I thought that was a great deal for only $7. And again, looking at the different items that they have, there is one section at this thrift store that has quite a bit of like dishware sets, and they had a new set displayed in this part of the store. It's this glass dishware set that I'm showing now. It was so beautiful, but I didn't buy it. It had so many pieces to it, and it was so cool, but I did not end up buying it. I always look at the books as well, and this was an interesting find when I went thrifting on this particular day because there were several different class sets of books, maybe not like entire class sets, but like guided reading group sets, so you would find like 6 or 7 of the same title, and I thought that was interesting. I'm always interested to know like how they were donated and if there were any other book sets that maybe I wasn't able to see. Then I also looked at some of the dresses, and I have so many thrifted pieces of clothing right now. I'm trying to be really picky about what I'm buying. I've been telling you all about my journey of finding wide leg jeans, so that's like the main thing I'm buying when I look at the thrift store, but I still always look at the dresses. The dresses are one of my favorite sections to look at the thrift store. I also really like looking at the linens and like the tablecloths and the curtains and things like that. I really love seeing the variety that they have, and I thought this pink curtain was really pretty. And then I found something really interesting in the front display case. I found a glitter palette that I wanted to buy so badly because it was so sparkly and beautiful. Then I went to another thrift store, and this thrift store has the best shoes. Both my husband Sean and I find the most amazing shoes at this thrift store. He has found so many different pairs of sneakers that he absolutely loves. I find boots here all the time. I love looking at all of the different shoes in this part of the store. I didn't buy any on this particular day, but I found some shoes that I thought were interesting. I saw this pair of Keds, and I thought that the pattern was really interesting. I didn't know anything about them, but they weren't in my size, so I didn't buy them. If I go to the thrift store without Sean, and he knows that I'm going to this thrift store, he's like, could you please look and see if they have any shoes for me? I have found several different pairs of vintage shoes at this store. I found a really cool pair of vintage Skechers, and I absolutely love them. I think they're really fun. And I saw this pair of shoes right here. I thought that Sean might like them, but they weren't in his size, but they were in really decent condition. I thought they were really nice. But I have found Skechers, I have found different flats, different heels. I recently found a pair of green boots at this store. I've been sharing those a lot in my recent Instagram stories and my thrifted teacher outfits of the day, and I love those boots. I saw these black shoes and they felt very nostalgic to me. They were the Nine West brand and they were not my size, unfortunately, so I didn't buy them, but I was hoping that they were my size. Unfortunately, they weren't. And then there was another pair just like it, but in a different style and also in the same size as the other pair. They were probably donated at the same time, but I thought they were really cool. I thought the pattern on this shoe was really interesting. And again, another section of shoes. In this store in total, they have 4 different spots where you can find shoes, and they have them all really nicely organized. They're all clean and neat, and yeah, I mean, it's a really great selection, and I really enjoy thrifting for shoes in this particular store. I wanted those sparkly shoes, but they were not my size either. I didn't find any shoes on this particular day. Then I looked at the books. Again, another store that has a great book selection. And in this particular thrift store, they have 2 different spots. So when you enter the front door, on the left is like the clothing, the shoes, the purses, things like that. And then on the right, there is a whole nother room that has all of like the houseware stuff. And that's the part of the store that I'm in right now. And they usually have the front part of this section all holiday themed, so when it's Halloween they have all Halloween stuff out, and now that it's getting closer to Christmas, they have some Christmas stuff out as well. They also had a really big donation of Yankee Candle products, so I thought that was interesting. And they have a crafting section that I love to look at as well. And then they have a section that has all different kinds of baskets in it. I've bought several different kinds of baskets from this part of the thrift store. I even recently shared some in a thrift haul that I found. They also have a really good game selection, and I have found some really fun vintage games here. I've found a ton of games for my classroom, and I just really love buying thrifted games. It's one of my favorite things to find, and I love playing the thrifted games as well. Then they have a section of pillows and different things like that. They had this shoe organizer, and I love to buy thrifted organization. I was really tempted to buy this, but 1, I didn't know where I was going to put it, and 2, the more I looked at it, the more that I could see it had some damage to it, so I decided to not buy that. They also have a section with some different types of like wooden objects. And then they have a stationery section as well. I've found some really great stuff for my classroom in this part of the store. They had one of the Space Makers, I think that's what it's called, these vintage like pencil cases. I love these. This is so nostalgic for me. I didn't buy it, but I thought it was really cool. Then they had a section with some different types of glassware and teapots and things like that. They also have appliances in this part of the store as well, and like different kitchen appliances. And I always love looking at the different gadgets that are there. I'm always so tempted to buy all of them and just try them to see if they work. And on this part of the store, they have some dishware sets and then mugs. They have a whole section of mugs that I love to look at. I hope you enjoyed thrifting with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the car vlog. I haven't filmed a video like that ever, I think, where I've just sat and talked to the camera, and I really enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that style as well. I could definitely share more vlogs like that where I just sort of sit and talk with you guys about a topic. So let me know in the comments if that's something you would like to see more of. If you're new here and would like to see more videos just like this, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Thrifted Living, and on Instagram you can find me at Thrifted Living YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!